Take 7. My goodness, my kids are here. I can't even do a video. What's up, everybody? Back from vacation. So I traded from my phone today mostly because I was driving around, driving back from vacation, the vacation area. I'm not going to say where, but it was good. But on my phone, so I was just trading my old setup mainly because I'm on my phone. It's hard to switch back and forth, but I wanted to trade my own setup today while I was out, and then compare it, come back home, review it versus the algo here to see if the same setups were kind of showing up or if there were better setups that were called by the algo versus what I was looking at. And so I only want to kind of test it against my own trading, because if it's better than trading than me, then I definitely want to, that's definitely an edge to have. So would like to have it. So I don't have this dashboard enabled on this because I don't know how to move it off of where that is. If I knew how, then I would probably do it, but I don't. So I guess I could maybe move it over here. I guess with this dashboard distance, will it move over? That way I can have them both. I like the dashboard things. The only problem is it takes a while to load. So if you're, and then on mobile you don't even see it anyways. But it's really nice. It's going to show you the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 30, 1 hour, and blah blah blah. You could probably change that too if you ask them, but you really wouldn't need to see more than that. It kind of goes back to my video that I did where I had the 4 screens showing, and we were basically putting like a 5 minute, 15, like an hour, and like a 4 hour, and just kind of comparing them all with like an algo like this running. That way you could always be in a buy when the lower time frames were initiating buy, when the longer time frames were agreeing with you, and vice versa. And so that's what I like about these dashboards, is you don't need to have this. It basically cuts down on the need to have all the screens open, and it's looking at more time frames. So like in Tesla, you can see that kind of the short, like intermediate time frame here is still bearish. So up moves are going to be a little bit less pronounced versus say something like, if you just go to AMC, I'm pretty sure this is all green. It should be. We'll just see what completely green, everything. Same thing with GME, you're probably going to see the same thing. So these are characteristics of trades that you want to be looking for, are trades that are easy like this, where the market's just going, hey, here's some free money. Go ahead and just don't even think about it, just buy it. And this is what I did today. I'm out driving around, taking care of my kids, on vacation, trying not to do this kind of thing, but I was just saying, hey, the market's just going to give me free money, so just here. So this is what this is going to be setting up. So right now it's saying current position is a sell. I'm not really sure. I think it has not triggered a smart buy here yet for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what the reason is here, but definitely want to be waiting for the buy signal here on GME, just because the current is sell. If you're just going to follow like a rule-based system where you're looking at this algo and you're going, look, I'm only going to buy when it says buy and everything is green. If you just waited for those opportunities, you probably make money more often than not. So that's kind of your goal here, is just to find these opportunities. So like in AMC is just a clear buy right now. No matter what your opinions are or whatever, everything is saying to buy it. So you just go do that. It's just make it super easy. And then you don't really need an algo for any of that, but it does help your psychology if you have an algo, because now you can just based on your rules, to get your emotions out of play and just take the trades and don't think about it too much. But one thing I don't like is, as you can see here, this is what bothers me about these generated price targets, because I guess it's okay, because you get your entry at 14.5. Say here you're just following the system here in AMC. Get your entry at 14.545, and you got your stop. You're taking two profits, and then you're letting. So say you buy 3 contracts of something. You're taking one off. You're taking another at the target, and then you're letting the other one just go, basically until it gives you a sell signal. If you would have just followed that formula there, then you were sitting pretty for sure right now, because you could have bought say you get your entry here, And this is where I wasn't looking at the algo, but this is about where I was buying it. I was kind of buying it a little late, honestly. So let's just take that into account here, that if I'm watching AMC or if I set this alert, you can just set your buy alerts based on your time frame. So, you can set your buy alert, and TradingView will just let you know that you need to buy at that point. And you just come in here and buy it, follow the system. Pretty simple. So it's nice if you're out and about doing stuff, because you don't need to think about it too much. If you got another job or you're on vacation or whatever, you got this, you halfway know what you're doing. All you do is just follow the rules here, follow the steps. Okay, so let's look at RKT. I wanted to look at this one because listening to the option flow, I wasn't really listening, I was reading it. Reading the option flow, saw some good activity here on this one. This one, if you guys remember, Rocket ran like 20 to 50, was it? It was either 20 to 40, 20 to 50 in like 2 days. And so, there were some 1,000, 2,000, 10,000% gainers, I would think, within that move that it made. Let's look at it. So, if we're just quickly going to take a look at this for tomorrow. Now, granted, it wasn't even in the top 10, I don't think, for option flow, bullish option flow. So, those options, when they're buying all these calls, they're buying them above the market, and what's happening is it's pulling the market towards those options, those strikes, and then every time they buy a higher strike, it just pulls the market again towards it, and they just keep doing that over and over and over again. And then once they sell all those options, or they cash them out or whatever, and then that drops the market again. And the market's all based on the option flow. And so if you follow some of the guys like on Twitter, like Smarter Trader, he just says it's all about option premiums. Or you follow Kim Carson, who's a volatility trader. It was like a derivatives volatility trader. He basically is really just looking at option flow for the most part. And you do look at some order flow, where you're just looking at bids and asks and calculating that. But anyways, the point is, I'm saying the setup isn't as good as like an AMC or GME, because there wasn't as much option flow. So you rank this, you're going to rank this this trade, maybe like a 5 out of 10 as far as for upside. And you don't really want to be looking at downside right now because the market's in an uptrend. And so we just knocked this one out. I'm not even going to look at this, but you can tell it's still bearish, intermediate term, and it's currently in a sell. So it could work on a Friday if you have a proper setup, but this wouldn't be a premium one, right? Not like an AMC. Like an AMC is a premium trade. This should be at the top of your list. This should be what you're looking to get into. Most likely, you need to play as far out as possible as far as your time goes, because the option premiums for right now, for this week and next week, are just so juiced that you can't even buy anything on the options chain because they don't have enough strikes. So you need to find time periods where you got as many strikes as possible. That way you can just buy the cheapest options, because they're going to make, no matter what you buy, they're just going to make money. That's the kind of trade it is right now. Now, it could completely collapse tomorrow, but that's just what it is right now. Like, I remember Tesla, when it was running like crazy, the 1000s, I think it was at $600 pre-split. So 1000s were going for $1. They went to 20, and that was the top of the options chain at that time, because nobody thought it could go past 1,000. But then it starts to look like it can, and then people start buying the thousands. And so then you gotta wait a day for them to add extra strikes. But if they don't even add extra strikes, those thousands just get ballistic. The volatility just gets insane, because nobody can buy the 900s because they're just too expensive. So everybody just keeps going on outside along the options chain. They keep buying further and further out, and that jacks up the price. So the 1000s with Tesla went to 20 just for like a few hours. That means if you had more strikes, the 1100s be going for like 2, the 1200s be going for like 50 cents, that kind of thing. Just learning the pricing of the options chain, you can understand that AMC, you could have bought the 30s yesterday, and you would have effectively 10x'd them or 20x'd them if you would have just held on to them. And so those are so cheap too, or you're buying them for like $8, $12, and it's the top of the options chain. I've just seen this trade so many times. It's just a gamma squeeze is what they call it, gamma squeeze. Okay, so So AMC, top of the list, easiest trade, in my opinion. And then Facebook is another one. Facebook's very clear because you're looking at Facebook. Let's see how the algo calculated it out. Let's filter it out here. So Facebook completely bullish. What I like about this, it does tell you I believe this is just RSI right here, and then this is dollar volume traded, which is really nice to know. Now problem with this was this only traded $485,000 worth of Facebook today? I highly doubt that. So I'm not sure if this is just like the last 15 minutes worth, maybe. I think that's maybe what it is. Just calculating, every bar worth of volume. That would make more sense to me. But definitely all bullish. And we're going to filter this out with what I was looking at. So I didn't even, this obviously called a Facebook buy here pretty nicely. But I was looking at Facebook through this lens here. And so I'm getting in here. Then they crush the options here later on. And then right at yesterday's high, they rip it. Now, do they rip it past basically all-time highs and a monthly high? Yeah, this is just basically all-time highs. So they couldn't quite, at the end of the day, with their whatever rebalancing is going on or whatever, they couldn't quite rip it through all-time highs. So this is what I'm looking at. This is what this is looking at. It definitely had the resistance there, which I like to see. I want to know that resistance is being accounted for because it's pretty big. The only problem is you have no clarity on what kind of resistance it is unless you look back, and you got to scroll back and find it before you know. Then you go, oh, that's all-time highs. Okay, which is fine. You just got to. It's not going to be as automatic because okay, do you want to take the risk reward here of this busting through all-time highs, or would you even know that by looking at this? However, maybe it's better you don't know that and you just take the trade and don't think about it too much, which is probably the right call. Okay, so, but this is what I'm looking at. I'm seeing Facebook relative strength over a few days. We've got an uptrending market. We've got all-time highs coming in, or just if you want to look at last month's highs coming in. We got a nice high point of control here, and we had some very iffy market maker games, I think, here at the end of the day, where people just got out of just basically pulled all their money out of it or just stopped buying and sellers were just taking profits, and then the rebalance happens. Okay, so that's Facebook. Facebook, AMC are my two that I'm looking at tomorrow, number 1 and 2. Then Tesla, I think, has a potential. Let's see what the algo says on Tesla. The algo. Okay, so we already I looked at this one earlier. Sitting at a buy, smart buy, which they left me a message at Elite Algo saying that if you just basically have sensitivity 1.2 and only buy or sell with the smart signals, then you should be okay. And I like that. That's simple. That's easy. And so we're just looking at this one. We're seeing that it's kind of like still pretty bearish. And the reason it's kind of bearish is if we just go look at the reason why is because this is last week's trading range, and this is 2 weeks ago, and this is last month. So we're technically still under last month's candle. So we got the low, we got the close. It closed last month. I mean, this is going to be an insane level, which it usually is on Tesla. If you know Tesla and its numbers, 62s are always massive. So 662, 562, 462. I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of manipulation stuff happening. So, but anyways, the point is, it's going to be a huge number. It's going to be like a magnet. This will be a huge resistance at first. It'll take a while, in my opinion, to get through it. Unless there's just some kind of gamma squeeze happening with Tesla, like in the old days, where it just goes through there in one day. But I don't see that happening now with the way Tesla's acting lately, especially today. Like it couldn't even get out of yesterday's high. I mean, it tried multiple times, 1, 2, 3 candles, 4 candles in a row. It tried to get over yesterday's highs, which shouldn't be that big of a deal if a stock is really strong, and then it sells off. It looks a lot like Facebook. Facebook kind of did the thing in the later in the day, not enough oomph just for one day to get through these all-time highs. Same kind of thing, just not enough momentum yet. Now, is there going to be enough tomorrow? That's what I like about this setup and Facebook. Both are the same, where you got this half T here. I don't even know what you're going to call it, but basically just like a bull flag is what most people call it. It's got a bull flag happening right here, right at, like, this is a point of control from a long time ago. So it's going to be a big level. And so we got this point of control from, I don't know, just quite a while. It's just making this like cup here. We got that point of control sitting there, so that's what it stopped at. But there's nothing else, looking at previous, there's nothing else really that can be in the way of Tesla from going straight to 660, in my opinion. 639 maybe. So we see what we're looking at is just like a previous close open on a daily. So this is just a little mini daily level. We could just basically, you can just mark that here, like a daily close open. I don't even care really like when it happened, and then we just make it orange. And so now, as we're watching Tesla tomorrow, you know, that's going to be really our only concern. And I don't think this happens all in one day, but our only, you know, over the next 3, 4, maybe it takes a week, our only concern really is this 639 as far as levels to care about, essentially. Otherwise, it's just going to be daily levels, the only thing you care about, moving from here to here. If it does end up getting there, now it could just fail tomorrow, and then we got another more sideways action happening. So Tesla and Facebook fail tomorrow. This is going to be a thing too for me to watch, is if these two fail, these are like prime setups, at least, you know, for a smaller bet. You know, it still has good risk reward. If these are failing, we see that one fail, we start seeing something like an Airbnb fail, which I like this week, last week's high breakout, moving over to 148. You know, I mapped this one out. Let's see how this looks. So Tesla on the intermediate is not as great, just because it's underneath the monthly high, last month's high. Same thing for this one. This one even has a daily bearish on there on Airbnb. I took a trade on this one just because it's good for like a one-day wonder, and I'll know right away if it's wrong. If this doesn't like gap up a little bit and start going right away, I'm not even going to mess around with it too much, because I'll know that it's all jacked up, and I'm 100% expecting this one to be messed up tomorrow. But if it is a true reversal, it's going to have some real power to it, I think, because it's still has to hit this daily bearish and get that, you know, reversed essentially. Okay, so there's those trades. Ford. Who would have thought anybody in the right mind would trade this stock? But apparently they love the F-150 Lightning, all greens. This is what I was thinking all day, baby. I was just like, I didn't even need to look at the algo for this. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just, you know, I'm looking at this, and you got nothing but air to 1786. So how about the 1450s last night? Just going, okay, they're just going to rip this thing to I don't know where. I mean, obviously they stopped here at 15, which each 50-cent strike is going to be basically, that's all you need to track at this point with this stock, because that's just what's going to happen. It's going to move 50 cents at a time, just because that's where the strikes are. So you just roll up every 50 cents, just roll up, and then just keep taking profits right at that 50 cent. Wait for a pullback, reload, go for the next 50 cents. Boom, boom, boom. Just keep rolling with it until it fails, and it will fail, but it'll only fail essentially when it runs into a resistance, or if the market just goes to crap. So there's like really only a couple options here for it. Another one I love is, let's go look at the algo here. So yeah, algo's on it. We know it. Algo's on. Okay, nothing on BlackBerry. I got basically it's the same situation where you're just going to be buying. You just keep rolling with it. Now I'm buying next week's on this one just because they were so cheap. Whoever is selling the options for next week were only pricing in the 10s for $60. It went, and that was here. So right in this little area here. So I was looking at this. I was on my phone, by the way. I was looking at this, but I was just watching. I'm waiting for BlackBerry to set up for me because all these meme stocks are running. So I'm just, this isn't set up. I don't like this action here. So, but then once I saw this little triangle forming, you know, and it's coming basically to a halt. You got no volume here. Look at this volume. It starts to pick up a little bit here, and so that's where I started buying the 10s, which were only priced at like $60, like I said. So obviously those doubled in like an hour, because whoever didn't think this was about to break out higher was smoking crack, I think. Like they're not even paying attention. So anyways, this is a daily breakout, yesterday's daily breakout, and it's above the weekly. So you got nothing but air to 1645. If you just look back. Okay, I lied. I guess I was doing this on my phone. I don't even know where I got that 16. I know what I did. I was looking at the monthly. Oh, so this is actually a monthly breakout. I was tripping out. Look where it stopped, right at that close. If I could map this all out, I'm not going to do that for you. But anyways, that's it right now for you guys. Hopefully these trades line up for you tomorrow. Like I said, pick out the prime trade of the day, and if that's failing, then basically all your other trades that are worse than that one are probably going to fail too, unless you're looking at shorts. I mean, you should have a short set up in case everything fails, and I would say it's probably Tesla, to be honest. Tesla. Let's look at Amazon. This is a giant turd of a stock. This one is a great short. Look at how bearish it is. Current sell, and it's super cheap on a Friday, so you can buy some Amazon and catch 50 points, maybe 80 points. Who knows? But always have a short set up in case everything that you were hoping for long is going to go to crap. So I would say have 3 prime long trades, maybe some secondary trades, if everything's working and you want to take some more trades on maybe some of this other stuff starts working too. And then you got your shorts too, same thing. You want to have some prime shorts, things that are just dogs right now, and then those are just sell off. So you got 3 of those, 3 prime ones there. So you got a potential to set yourself up with 9-10 trades where a mix of bullish and bearish, and wait for the market to kind of tell you which way it's going, what's happening, watching these stocks, and then you got this little algo here to set you up. I think you could have a good shot at making some money. So hopefully that helps you guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll probably do another video on this algo tomorrow. So again, I don't get paid for this thing. I just like it. So here you go. Bye.